Hi, this is Dan Cortopassi of TSG Multimedia. Today I'm reviewing an HO scale NRE 3GS21B Genset locomotive from Atlas Trainman Plus. My example is decorated for the San Diego and Imperial Valley Railroad. The prototype locomotive was built in December 2008 and wore this paint scheme until at least October 2012. By April 2013, the unit was repainted into Genesee and Wyoming orange and black. This DCC-ready model is from a 2011 release and at that time had an MSRP of $119.95. The paint on the model is crisp and even, if a bit on the thick side. The markings are well done and all but the tiniest writing is legible with magnification. I noticed that the white San Diego and Imperial Valley lettering is not quite as white as the white stripe on the body. With a little bit of weathering, that shouldn't be too noticeable. There are some voids in the markings along the panel seams between the doors, but this is also not very noticeable. The trucks have brake lines, and there is some simplified plumbing and fuel tank detail under the sill. The fuel tank is not quite the right shape. The real SDIY701 has a tank that's more rounded in cross-section. If you look closely, you can see that the paired grills on the side have the slightly larger grill toward the front of the engine. On the prototype, the slightly larger grills are to the rear. There is also a sand filler hatch recess on the side of the nose that is missing on the model. The handrails on the model are made of a flexible plastic that is painted to match the locomotive. The railings are oversized to the point where they give the model a toy-like appearance. The front of the engine features working ditch lights, freestanding grab irons, MU hoses, and a trainline air hose. There are no uncoupling levers. The hoses look a bit stiff and thick to my eye. The headlight is in the wrong place. On the real SDIY701, the headlight is in the nose where the sand filler recess is on the model. The cab headlight is blanked out. The cab sunshades are plastic but thin in profile and look good. Detail on the rear is similar to the front and also includes working ditch lights. Both ends are equipped with plastic knuckle couplers mounted at the correct height. The top of the model is a fairly close match for the real SDIY701. The exhaust stack detail is good, and there are horns on both ends, as well as AC units on the roof. The small white dome on the model is not present in photos I found of the real SDIY701 from 2012. Detailing on the underside of the model is minimal. All 8 wheels pick up electricity and all 4 axles are powered. All of the wheels are in gauge according to the NMRA standards gauge. The model weighs 15 ounces. It registered 2.2 ounces of drawbar pull on my force gauge. I'm running it on DC. It's pretty smooth running. I think the low-speed performance could be improved with a back EMF decoder. I do hear a little bit of gear growl, especially in reverse, but it's not too noticeable. I'll run it so we can take a look at the lights. These are LEDs and the color is pretty good, although they're not very bright. This is a nice model that runs well and captures the overall look of a modern genset. Even though this is an Atlas's Trainman line, I think they could have tried harder to get some of the details correct. Prototype-specific detail has become common with modern models, so I am going to take a spike for the headlight being in the wrong place and the incorrect grille detail on the long hood. I'm going to take another spike for the grossly oversized handrails that really spoil the look of an otherwise nice model. My final verdict is 8 out of 10 spikes.